Hello, hello, hello. Hello, 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 hello. How are you? Good to see you. Thank you for joining us on Vacation Station TV. There's so much pollen in the air. Oh, goodness gracious. When I woke up today, I thought I had a red car, and then I found out I have a yellow car. Yeah. And I just washed it, and it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. Barry Cooper, you're first in the room, my friend. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Let's see what's going on here. There's the traffic. Hopefully the signal's coming in good, Barry. What do you think? Coming in all right? Better than the other night. Wow. That signal sucked the other night. It really did. There's so many people here. No matter what I did, where I stood, it didn't matter. I could not get a live signal. But hopefully you enjoyed the videos about the rod run and the truck run. The Truckapalooza. That's what they really should be calling it, the Truckapalooza. I found out they did have a truck show going on the same time. Okay. Like it wasn't crowded enough. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't crowded enough. You know? Mark Hammond, how are you? Hope you do. Yeah, I didn't do a show last night because I was so sick last night. I really shouldn't have, but I did it because I wanted to, and I also felt like I should. The Saturday night thing. I wasn't feeling good from Thursday late afternoon, and it was, and I had a fever last night. I caught a bug somewhere, and now it's gone. I burned it off last night. So yeah, that happens when you have MS. That's what happens. All right, it's just part of the gig. So that's why I didn't do a show last night. And Miss Marie worked till 1 a.m. this morning. DP Mart, how are you? Mike G, hello. D&T Tennessee, hello to you. Tommy D811, hello, hello, hello. Sandy Connolly, all is well. Yeah, I feel a lot better now. Last night I didn't feel good. I couldn't sleep. I tossed and turned and tossed. Every joint in my body hurt. Every joint. It was terrible. But they come and they go. That's the good thing about MS. It doesn't linger. When you get a bug, they don't linger because your body really fights it off fast. There's some traffic. A lot of the stuff's coming out of Gatlinburg, and I'm glad, Barry, that's coming in okay. Carla Vision, hello, Jeff. Good afternoon to you. PB on the go, hello. Yeah, it's the truck run. It Barry, it and at night, there was a few rods that kind of passed us by, and I tried to capture them. There were 2 hour. It was 2 hours of video that I had, and so I weeded through, and I took the best parts, which mostly were with Elvis in it, because he's crazy. Charlie's just wonderful. He drove all the way up here from, I think it's Walnut Cove, North Carolina, which it took him a while, and he came up here just for this, and I felt like, man, I got to be there. And Jeff and Tootsie Camping was there, and Dry Creek Home Collections, they were there too. So it's like, man, I didn't want to abandon them, but man, I didn't feel good at all. And when I got home, I barely remember jumping in the shower and falling into bed. I mean, it was a vague memory, and and then proceeded to just moan and groan, you know, like a typical old man. Mark Hammond, hello all to you. William Smith, hello. DHT Texas, hello, hello, hello. Buddy Wilkinson, hello, buddy. Good to see you. And Miss Marie is suffering from allergies. My goodness, there's so much pollen on the car, and I just washed it. It is terrible. Any of you guys suffering from that? You getting that allergy thing? I guess it's going to be bad this year. Man, man, oh man, it's the buds are blooming and they're just spewing out pollen everywhere. It's all over my deck. David C. Perkins, hello, 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 hello. Howdy. Barbara Ghelarducci. That's Italiano, isn't it? Ghelarducci. Glad you're feeling better. Thank you, Barbara. Yeah, they come and they go. If I run myself down, and that's one thing my doctor, my neurologist, and my doctor said, You can't run yourself down because that's when MS takes over. And I ran myself down from Thursday on right through the weekend because I like doing this stuff. I enjoy doing this. I get out and I wait all year for the rod run, and then it rained. Remember, Thursday it rained, Friday it rained, Saturday it rained, and Saturday night it started to clear up a little bit, but it was cold and damp, and I knew I was going to pay the price. But I said, all right, look, I got to get this, otherwise people are going to go, but he's just a big old BS artist. But no, I'm not. No, I'm not. At least I try not to be. I really do. Philip Holcomb, 24-hour code. Yes, yes. 24-hour tumor. It's all gone. It's gone. Bye bye. So I don't know if you heard the news. I don't know if you follow the news, but they're proposing now that if you're coming up to the Smoky Mountains, and it's not enacted yet, but probably by next year it will be. You're going to be paying for parking. It'll be $5 a day, $14 for the week, and then an annual pass $40. And I'm all for it because, and my reason is this: I know a lot of you probably go, oh no, it's got to be done because we had 14.1 million people come in 2021 to the park. It's exponentially increasing. There'll be more for this year, and they've got to be able to take care of the park, and they do not have the budget. The budget has stayed flat for 2 decades. So that means the same old gets done, and you've got twice to three times the amount of people coming in tearing it up. Can't keep up with that. Sooner or later, something's got to give. And $5 a day is not a lot to ask, especially when you go to Gatlinburg. You pay $20 just to park your car to walk around for a couple of hours. Follow me? You just got to, it's just part of what you got to do. You want this beautiful park. It's been free for so many years. I mean, you can still drive through the park free. At least they haven't put a gate at the front, which other state parks, if you travel and you go to other state parks, you got to pay to get in. There's a guy at the gate, and you got to pay to get in. They haven't done that yet. I'm not saying it won't happen, but at least they're trying to keep it minimal so that you still can enjoy it and not feel like you're being taken advantage of. And for $5, it's not being taken advantage of. It's not per person. It's just a car. $5 to park your car. I think what will happen is it'll alleviate some of the traffic because some people just won't opt dip it in their pocket for $5, and they'll just go back down the mountain and they'll go somewhere else. But I do believe what will happen is a lot of these pathways and roads that go into some of these really special places will, I put do not disturb and it still comes up. I think decline. If you're trying to call me, try it later. Theresa Billingsley, how are you doing? Thank you for the the video. No problem. Carla Vision, I have more videos than subscribers. Well, you're getting there, Carla. Keep working on it. And that's okay to have more videos than subscribers. Pump out more videos. Keep pumping out the videos if you want to get subscribers. You have to have a product in order for them to buy, right? Like if you go in the store and there's only one loaf of bread, well, all it takes is one person to come in and clean you out. You want a whole shelf full of bread / videos. So people will come back again and again, and eventually they will subscribe. DP, thank you, DP, appreciate that. Wildcat Country, Big Blue Nation, good to see you again. BB Yank, hello. Christopher Rollins, yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I know a lot of people suffering, man. I see it when I'm in the stores. People, it's you. They're sneezing. I know they're not sick. I know it's the allergies that's got them. Alice Evans, I'm heading down to Pigeon Forge Thursday. Should be okay. I don't know of anything crazy going on this weekend, so you should be able to get around fairly easily. Remember to use my shortcuts. Miss Maria and I put them together. Go to the playlist, go to the shortcuts, and you'll be able to get around if there is traffic. And now, of course, on weekends, there's always traffic. There's no way to get around that other than taking the shortcuts. But from what I understand, the shortcuts were filled. I've heard that from several people. Shane Watkins, hey man, good to see you, even by way of video. So glad that the wildfire situation is over. Yeah, me too. And who are you and can't wait to come to Wares Valley this fall? You'll love it up here in Wares Valley. Guarantee it. Northeast Georgia mountain folk, we have the same problem with pollen. I think everywhere, guys. I think everywhere. The pollen. I I get headaches from the pollen. I don't, and you can hear I sound a little stuffy. I'm kind of a little stuffy right now. And then I get a headache because I get congested. So, oh, speaking of that, Miss Marie, she was sneezing and coughing. I could tell it's the pollen, man. So I went to the store, and normally I get her Dayquil. You know, you can go to Dollar General, Dollar Tree, anywhere. You pick it up for a couple, $3. $8.50 a bottle now. It's doubled in price. $8.50 a bottle. It's just the beginning, children's. It's just the beginning. Your wonderful administration, that whoever voted for that guy, this is what you're going to start paying for. Gas dropped. Interesting. Gas dropped 10 to 12 cents right after the rod run. Isn't that a miracle? It's $3.89 now. Wow. Buddy says my wife having to use an inhaler because of the blasted pollen. Yeah, there's not much you can do. Some people are susceptible to the allergies, and some people aren't. I never used to be, but as I'm getting older, I'm starting to succumb to the congestion thing. I'll deal with it. I'll deal with it. But poor Miss Marie, she's suffering. So I got her some Dayquil, and that helps a lot. I We tried once getting her the allergy medicine, but that's got Benadryl in it, and man, she went right to sleep, didn't wake up for like 11 hours after I gave her that. So I said, we're not going to do that again. So you get the Dayquil, not the NyQuil, the Dayquil, and it doesn't make you sleepy, but it does clear you up. Northeast Georgia Mountain folks, we pay the $40 when we come there without thinking about it. That's yes, it is. I don't have any problem with it because I know that it is all earmarked. All that money for parking is earmarked for keeping the parks running smooth. And that's also for hiring more people because they are so short staffed. There's just not enough rangers to do the job that needs to be done. And you like nice, clear pathways to walk on. Well, you got to have people to clean them. You got to have people to do that. And I can tell you, rangers don't make a lot of money. I had a friend who was a ranger, and he couldn't even afford to rent a one-room apartment on the salaries they make. And this is going back a few years. Couldn't even afford it. He had to work out a deal where they supplied him with a house in the park, a small place, but that's the only way he could survive. Northeast Georgia says, Jeff will be going live this Wednesday night at 9 p.m. So Northeast Georgia Mountain. What are you going to talk about? Can't just talk, just chit chat. I'll try to remember Wednesday at 9 o'clock, Northeast Georgia Mountain. I'll try to remember to tap into you, okay? Usually, you know how I am. I get involved in editing, and next thing you know, it's 3 in the morning. And that's not unusual. Definitely not. Today, I really don't plan on doing any editing. I don't feel, I'm not in the mood. I'm not in the creative spirit, mind. I'm just going to take it easy for the rest of the day and do some things around the house that need to be done. Miss Marie and I took care of laundry, so we're all caught up on our laundry. I think she said she wanted me to change the sheets, so maybe I'll do that too. Change the sheets on the bed. Because whenever I'm sick, I always pull the sheets and the blankets off, and I turn the washer on steam disinfect. And it works good. Man, you see the steam come out of that thing, and that stuff is completely free of any buggies, anything that might get me sick again. Oh, that coffee's good. I probably have to stop and get some more. Tommy D 811. Great point, Jeff. I paid $25 to park at the beach yesterday. Doesn't that just piss you off? Doesn't it, you know? Oh, man. Just to park your car in a little 8-foot by 12-foot spot. You're paying $25. I don't want to rent it. I don't want to move into it. I just want to put my car there for a couple of hours. It's a moneymaker. That's all that is. It's just a moneymaker. And some of these places have the nerve, to charge you $160, $200 for a ticket, and then they hit you one more time. They put their foot so far up your butt. You know, they go, and we're going to get you for parking too. Wow, you just cleaned out my bank account for $200. You want more? Oh God. I wonder how inflation is going to infect the tourist industry, because inflation is just starting to grab hold, and you can see that if you go to the store. I went there the other day. I think it was Wednesday, and I just bought a couple of things. Man, I did not go heavy shopping. I just bought a couple of things to make dinner, and it was 60 something bucks, and it was just to make dinner. I go, wow, this is insane. I mean, chicken for I usually get chicken breast skinless, and Kroger I get the ones that Purdue, you know, because they don't have any hormones in it. It was 15 bucks, which normally it's 8. I'm used to paying 8. It was 15 bucks. Oh, great! We got 3 more years of this a-hole. 3 more years. I didn't vote for him. D&D. Hopefully it would deter some of the litter bugs and graffiti artists. Man, does that piss me off, D&D. Every time I go up to any of the pull-offs, whatever parkway I'm at, whether I'm on the Foothills Parkway or I'm going to Gatlinburg, there's always fresh graffiti. And I'm just waiting for the day that I see somebody do that. First thing I'm going to do is videotape them and their car and their license plate, because it's a federal offense. Then I'm going to really embarrass them in front of everybody, and most likely their parents. If a parent watches their child do graffiti or tagging the stones or the walls, they really should be thrown off the cliff. Just pick them up and launch them off the cliff. They serve no purpose to society at that point. I know it's radical, but sometimes you have to be. Hey, David, how are you? Hello, everyone. David Fonte, my moderator's in the room. So no shenanigans. BB on the go. Joshy Stacy, how you doing? Joshy, what was wrong with you? I did text you, but did not get another text back. And I was concerned. Yes, I was. So was Miss Marie. She was concerned too. But I said, you know how Joshy is, you know. It's me, and only me, Joshy. Has Rosie come back? No, Philip, not yet. The raccoons came back. All the birds are back. The stupid squirrels, the silly squirrels are back. So I'm expecting Rosie any day now. Brad Lucas, hello. Keep it slower this weekend for us, buddy. Yeah, I'm working on it. Even if I have to throw myself into the intersection, I will do that for you, your wife, and the triplets. I promise I'll do. Alice Eves, how are you? Yes, I sure will take your shortcuts. Yeah, anybody that's got any sense at all, please take the shortcuts. Because I I made the mistake the other day. I just was not thinking. My head wasn't clear. It was Friday. My head wasn't. I really wanted to go home, and I just got stuck in the traffic. And I'm going, oh God! And I was in between being able to get to a place to turn on a shortcut, and it was 33, 34 minutes before I went from one light to the next. And all I needed to do was get to the next light and make a right. And wow, I'm saying to myself, if I was a tourist and I came into town and I just spent, 4, 6, 8, 12 hours, wherever it is I'm coming from, and then I have to stand in traffic to get to maybe my hotel or get to a place to eat, wow, would I be not a happy camper. God. Justin Stay Hot, Carly Virginia, thank you for your gifts. We love them. Oh, now you're getting gifts. Oh, funny. I don't get showered in lavish gifts. D&T. It never mattered who I voted for. They were going to install them regardless. I think you're right. Come hell or high water, they had an agenda. Um, there appears to be, and I'm trying not to put the cart before the horse, but there seems to be some light at the end of this tunnel, and this time it's not a freight train coming in. They're really starting to hammer about the laptop and other connections And I think if they follow through properly and do proper journalism, which of course I know nothing about because I've been accused of being an old man just running around with a camera. Um, they'll follow the breadcrumbs, follow the money, and that's where you'll find where the real problem is. And I know where it leads. Anybody with half a brain cell still working knows where the real issue is going to lead to. But they're going to run blocks, they're going to run cover, they're going to run defense, and but sooner or later, just like cream, it rises to the top, and the truth will come out. And then hopefully you boneheads that voted the other way, you're going to realize that you made a huge mistake because it's got to be affecting your pocket. Everything went up. Everything, all. I got propane. It was the other day, and it jumped. It leaped almost twice, and it's like this is amazing. Anything that you thought was going to be profit in your pocket is going out the door. It's coming in the front, going out the back. DP Josh and Stacy. You opened back old Reds. Just watched that one. I don't think they've been up there. James, how are you? Josh said, I don't think we'll be going back. No, I remember the review. It wasn't favorable, but that's what I like about Josh and Stacy. They tell the truth. They don't sugarcoat it. It's not, oh, wow, 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 stuff, fart, fart, fart. No, it's truth, and that's why I like them. But I like Stacy and the kids better. But Josh, for a toad, he's okay. He's okay. Josh. Oh, goodness gracious. And to correct, I don't know, Josh, I don't know if you saw this or not, but to correct someone else, they did another review on Sakura, and clearly not knowing what they're doing. Sakura does not offer for $9.95 lobster. All right, that's ludicrous to think that would happen, and it's stupid to say it. Obviously there's no brain cells working there. They do not offer lobster. Crabs they offer, and they're totally different. Crabs and lobster are different. Crawdaddies and lobster are different. Now they offer those crawdaddies, crabs, clams, shrimp, and all that, but no lobster. Because I already got the owners said, hey, what is this? Thinking that maybe I had something to do with it. I said, hey, that's not me. You let these cows in here. I didn't let them in. And they just don't. The truth is just not there. And I want to set that straight for the record. There is no lobster there. All right? It's crabs, crawfish, crawdaddies, shrimp, clams, and all that good stuff. It's all real. It's not packaged. It's not breaded. It's not frozen. It's fresh at Sakura. Oh, Carla Vision, that was very nice. Thank you. An Easter card. That's very, very kind. I'll run to the mail immediately. Northeast Georgia Mountain, past and future videos, car shows, historic locations, and more. Right up my alley. Everything you're doing right there. I like it. I like it. Wednesday night. DP Mart, D&T. What he's saying he would have 10 or 15 people at his if that much. That's just the news crew. That should never happen again. That I don't know how to stop it. I don't know how it got out of hand, except nobody was looking up and paying attention. I don't think, because of so much hate, and people weren't really paying attention. They took their eye off the ball, and this is what you're going to get. You got 3 more years of this hyperinflation. This is just the beginning of what you're seeing. Wait till another year goes by. Wait till you see what you're going to be paying for services and goods. It's going to be outrageous. I'm making no plans. I'm not doing anything, but I am stocking up, and that's something I did want to talk about. Stock up on stuff now while you still can. The dry goods and the things that you can store, put in your into a cool, dry area. I recommend go to like a Dollar Tree, buy up a lot of the spaghetti noodles, the canned sauces, the things like that. Those things are going to leap 2 to 3 times their price very, very short. See that Cadillac that went by? Pink Cadillac, like that. Those things are going to change very quickly. I'll bring in just a little bit closer. So stock up on this stuff. Bullets, beans, and beer. What I've always said: bullets, beans, and beer. Because as things start getting crazy, people are going to follow suit like dominoes, and they'll get crazy too. So if you stock up on the things that you need, have a bug out bag for your car. All right, have a bug out bag in your house. Now, when I say bug out bag, I'm talking for you and for every member in your family. Have at least 2 days of clothes and supplies. Forget about your Gucci shoes and your Coach bags and your Brahmin bags and all that. Jeans, t-shirts, and sneakers. All right? Because you can't wear high heels when you're running down the street being chased by zombies. Oh, I think I broke a heel. I'm being eaten. No, a bug out bag is for when the power goes out or when something crazy goes on. I'm always prepared. My car always has 2 or 3 days of provisions and clothes and everything for Miss Marie and I. Always. You get the energy bars. Dollar Tree has them. You can pick them up. There's 6 bars in a box. They last for years. Canned goods now, things like that, they last for years, so you don't have to worry about them going bad. Don't get glass, get cans or beans in a bag, and just be prepared. Flashlights, batteries, matches, things that you might need to survive. The best way to survive is stay put, if you can. The best way is stay in your home, but be prepared for power outages, whatever goes on. We don't know what this crazy administration is going to do. We have no clue. I just know it's not going to be good. Whatever's going to happen isn't going to be good. So be prepared. Don't be out, I wish I would have got that bag of beans before I bought them Twinkies, Twinkies don't last. Well, Twinkies do last. I think they found them in the pyramids. I think they found Twinkies in the pyramids. Derek K. The Great Smoky Mountains are the only national park that has no entry fee. That is true. $40 is well worth it. Yellowstone charges $30. Wow, when I went there, it was $10. That's how long ago. $35 a day, $70 for an annual, just to enter. Hi, James. Dana Gardner. Hello, Jeff. I was down at Goats, but got H. I don't know what happened, what you meant there. Paul Cullum, literally my number one subscriber. I didn't vote for him. No, I don't. I don't know a hell of a lot of people that did vote for him, but I do know some people, and they're dyed-in-the-wool, dumber than a stick Democrats. Not all Democrats are dumb, but these people were dumb because they hated Trump so much, and they didn't really investigate because their hate took over. Their emotions took over instead of the facts. And the whole idea is you want to know the facts. That's why I'm independent. I don't toe any party line. I don't throw my hat into the ring. I want to know who's running. If I don't like you, I'm going to tell you I don't like you. I'm just not going to vote for you. But once you toe a party line, you're stuck. You can't vote any other way. Tommy D. Jeff, I had a great coffee at Cuban coffee place across from the Dixie Stampede. Ever tried? No, but that has been on my list for a while. I know right what you're talking about, and I keep passing by. Maybe Joshy and I will go out there. Joshy Stacy will go out there. I owe him dinner anyway, so maybe I'll take him out there. If he wants, I can't look him in the eye anymore, so I don't know. Webb's Webb, Ralph, how are you? Good to see you. Yeah, the rods are gone. A couple go by, they're on their way out, but for the most part, last night, because I was waiting for Miss Marie at the other goat coaster, the Goats on the Roof right across the street here, and it was 1 o'clock, and I saw trailers of cars leaving. They're gone. They're gone. That's why I even have a signal. Derek K. surprised at how many people that visit the Smoky Mountains think the Great Smoky Mountains National Park is a state park. One thing the word is national would give up. You would think. You would think so. Oh, God. Donna Walker, hello. Good to you. Ralph, play any new games? Oh, I saw they have a new game. A new game coming out. What? Let me see. What is it called? Only remain. What is it called? Remaining live. Only the remaining live. I think it's called. Only the remaining live. Oh man, it looks good. Lots of heads exploding and stuff like that. Very, very fun. Still not as good as Saints and Sinners, though. That's the best. Angel Ringstrom. I'm all for the parking permits. The whole area will benefit from it. Help keep the mountains clean. Absolutely. I hope the Rangers will benefit from it too. Yes, they need the extra help, and the cost of living hasn't stayed up with the Rangers, and I feel bad for these guys because man, they're out there. They do a lot of work out there. If you ever watch, you can see that they work hard, and they just don't get compensated for it. They're always at the bottom of the totem pole. You know what I mean? And it's wrong. Brad says, we haven't visited Easter before, so unsure the crowds will be like. Past few years, it's anyone's guess it's going to be like. No, it's going to be okay. Brad, no problem. Been here 7 Easters. It's never really crowded. There are people. Yeah, there are people, but it's not like a rod run. Not like a truckapalooza. Not even close. You'll be okay. Carla, what color is Marie's kitchen? Um, Wood. Wood. Stainless steel and wood. The whole house is wood. The whole house. Wood. Earthy brown. Your mother's proud of your language there, sweetheart. She's singing a song, and I heard at least 4 MFs by the time she passed my car, howling out the window. Unbelievable. What has happened? What has happened? Something's in the water. Northeast Georgia mountain folk. Jeff, the boneheads don't watch these. No, I know they don't. I know they don't. They're too busy sucking up to the talking heads on the other channels. I know. And sometimes I get so mad I literally want to rip the TV off the wall and throw it off the deck because I get so mad, what they're saying, and I know they're lying. It's not me assuming they're lying. I know they're lying, and people go, yeah, listen to what they say. Yeah, there is no inflation. Prices are great. They tell you that every day. We're coming out of the inflation. No, we're not. We're just entering it. It's going to be hyperinflation. The numbers tell you that. You can't refute the numbers. They're there. But you're told otherwise. Derek K., the rod runs are sanctioned events. The trucks are unsanctioned and accredited from social media, like the little car with screaming muffler. Yeah, I have my opinions on this. Once again, I have opinion about everything. The rod run should be the rod run. Should be the rod run. That's it. But I do know at night the rodders don't take the cars out. So what happens is it's a free road going north and south. Anybody can go up and down it anytime they want. I'm not saying it's right, but an event should be the event. When they have the Volkswagen event, you don't see Chevys there, but yet you do, which that I never could understand. You got the bug event, there'll be a whole bunch of cute little bugs, and then somebody puts an SS in there. And I want to say, you're an idiot. This is not your event. Nobody wants to see your stupid car. Get it out of there. That's for another time, another place. But nobody wants to ever upset the apple cart. Nobody wants to tell the truth. Everybody always hides in the shadows with their real feelings. So you would think that these people would say, "Gee, that's probably not the best thing for me to do is drag my $80,000 truck." Oh, speaking of that, some a-hole. It's not on the video. I took it out. He goes by, really nice truck. Really nice truck. And I walked up to him and complimented him on the truck. I mean, my goodness, had to have been 80,000 or more. I mean, it was so beautiful. And I handed him a card, and he said a whole bunch of F-bombs to me. Don't put any of your ... in my car, MF. And he threw my card back at me. And one thing I noticed, He had this big, beautiful truck, four door, beautiful white truck. Not one girl in the truck. Everyone else had a truck full of girls and having a ball, and Mr. Mean didn't have one girl in his truck. So I can imagine Mr. Anger Issues here has some real problem. But man, and I had that on video, but I wasn't going to subject you guys to that. And I just thought that was classless, just really low, just trash, just trash. You have to throw my card and scream out all sorts of expletives at me. That was low life. But then again, I regrouped and I said, well, I could see why you don't have a girl in there. You're a lonely guy. Josh, you say secures price, the quality is fantastic. Yeah, I agree with you. I'm not sure what anyone would mistake lobster. Joshy, when I heard that, I got really mad because I knew that there was going to be, there's going to be people that come in there and go, where's the lobster for $9.95? It doesn't happen. You're not going to get lobster. What you get in some of these restaurants when they say it's like lobster salad or crab salad, that's not crab and it's not lobster. It's called pastrami, which is a white fish that's, there's tastes that are added to it. There's seasoning and stuff they add to it to make it taste like a lobster or a crab. It's called pastrami, and it was invented at the University of Florida, UF. And I knew the girl who did that. And it's not real. Crab salad is not real unless you go to a real five-star restaurant. And anybody who knows anything about food, and I know Josh and Stacy do, real crab has a consistency to it that doesn't look like the pastrami that you see in the restaurants. So you won't see that there. If you want the crawfish, the crawdaddies, whatever you want to call them, or you want clams, you want crabs, they're real. It's real. You crack them yourself, pull the meat out of them. But you're not going to get lobsters. So I think what when I was talking with the owners, they were a little miffed at this. And my suggestion was, when you see people like this come in, throw them out, because they're going to give you a bad review. And they gave them a bad review after all of that. After shoveling copious amounts of food down their gullet, they gave it a bad review. And if I was this is just my opinion, if I was a restaurant owner, I would throw them out the moment I saw them come through the door. Or not permit them to do video. Just say, don't let me see a video up there. I'm not giving you permission to do a video. Because they did a disservice to this business, this husband and wife family that do such a good job of making food for under $10. And granted, that's Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday, $9.95. The other days, I think it's $11.95 or $12.95, and I can justify that because the food costs have gone up. I don't have any issue with that. It's still cheaper than going to some of these places down the street. But to give them a bad review and only eat a cream cheese, a crab rangoon, and I don't know what else, just stupid. Didn't even try anything else, and then give it a bad review is just stupid, just really idiotic. And if I was a restaurant owner, I really wouldn't permit them to do any video. And it's only going to hurt the rest of us. Swollen fool. Kathy Grimes, hello from Nashville. Just found Josh and Stacy channel through yours. Exactly. That's right. That's why they're on this channel. That's why I'm on their channel. Once in a while when Joshy doesn't ban me. He deletes me all the time. William Smith, did grandmothers in Wears Valley close? I don't know. I know it's closed. And I know she was 80 years old. And I think she was tired of cooking. Wouldn't you be cooking at 80 years, at 80 years old, wouldn't you be tired of cooking people breakfast and lunch all the time? I feel bad. If you got $1 million, you can buy the place. Do know that. Larry Harvey, hello. Josh and Stacy, hey, Kathy. Hope you subscribe. I'm sure if you haven't subscribed to every one of these channels up here, you're missing a great opportunity, because every one of these people here have something to offer. Even if they don't have content, they're good people. They're really good people. And we belong together. This is our little dysfunctional family, including family, the Harvey Five. That's another dysfunctional family. See? Hey, guys. They're good people. I don't know why they're on this channel, but they're good people. Oh, God. Joshy's saying hello. Hello, hello, hello. Kathy says we did and have been spreading the word for you. Thank you, Kathy. I do appreciate that very much. RV5 giving Joshy a big old hug. Not that he deserves it. Monty here. Hey, Jeff. Hey, Susie Q. Josh, thank you, Kathy. Welcome to the family. Crystal Brooks. Hello from Wares Valley, my hometown, right there. I love Wares Valley. I just like being able to leave all this traffic, and just go up the street, and I'm home. I don't hear no car go by. I don't hear any traffic. I don't hear any noise. It's so quiet. I just hear the birds, and that's it. Monty here. I just bought a dehydrator. Those are fun. You know, I had one years ago. I burned it out. I used it so much. I used to do my own jerky, and I did fruits. I love apricots, like dehydrated apricots and stuff. Bananas were good for snacking on, and that's a good investment. A dehydrator, definitely. If you can stick to it, you don't add a lot of sugar. That's the downfall of most people. They sugarcoat everything, and then they wonder why they got diabetes. No, you just dehydrate the food the way it is naturally. It doesn't need anything. And this way you're eating healthy. That's another thing to use for if you're bugging out. Dehydrated food. Dehydrate your own stuff, put it in Ziploc bags, or you can get the suction bags. You know, the ones suck all the air out of them. Then you'd have days and days and days of food or things to keep you alive. It's not, if you got to bug out, it's not about where you're going to get pizza and stuff, because you're not going to get anything. If things happen, if an EMP hits the area or whatever, there's nothing's going to work. So you've got to think. You got to be very resourceful, or you're going to be the people on the street robbing each other for a Twinkie or something. You got to be resourceful, and have all that at your beckoning call, so that if you got to get out or you got to stay hunkered down at your home, you're good. You're good. You have water. Don't get bread. Bread goes bad. Don't get anything that can go bad. Milk, forget about it. Toilet paper, yes, you got to have toilet paper. Now you got to remember, if you have no power, you're going to need toilet paper, or um, a Sears and Roebuck catalog, one or the other. Do they even have them anymore? I don't think they do. Yeah, BB, don't forget the ammo. Bullets, beans, and beer. I tell you that all the time. Bullets, beans, and beer. That's key. Try to catch up on stuff. Everybody, Pigeon Forge this week. Busy day, but yes. Mike G, don't forget the moon pie. Miss Marie had a moon pie today. Gary the Cable, good afternoon from rainy northern Kentucky. Paul Collins, woo. Bobby Joyce, hello there. Northeast Georgia. We know some people who vote Democrat just because that's all they. Yeah, they're dyed in the wool and steadfast, and they don't care who it is if it's got a deed. The guy's in, and to me that's real stupid, because you're not thinking. You're just using the deed as your badge of honor. And what are you going to do when we're all wearing gray and we're goose stepping down the street? You go, I really probably should have voted R or independent or something. I don't want to go to the gas chamber. Oh, too bad there, Cupcake. Rick, hey Jeff, you able to find ways a Buick you always no. It's not just a Buick. I like Buicks, like the 38 Buicks, the Roadmasters, but I've been looking for the LaSalle or the Cadillac. LaSalle is Cadillac, but none of them were here. Maybe in the fall there might be. I've noticed that a lot of the really rare collector cars don't come here. This is more of a hot rod town now. If I want the cars, I'm probably going to have to go up to Bennington, Carlisle, Hershey, and go to an auction, because they just don't come here because the prices are too high. I mean, I saw a Junker. It was an SS. It was right where we were standing in front of Firehouse Subs. It was a Junker. I want to say it was a 76, maybe 77 Chevelle. I mean, it was poorly put back together. You could see it clearly needed work, and allegedly the guy got $60,000 for it. There's no Chevelle that's worth $60,000 that needs work. I could see if it was fully rotted out and ready to go. Yeah, okay, I could see it. But this thing had the original rims on it, and the thing was leaning, so the suspension was shot, the body was shot, the paint job was done almost looked like a spray can, had orange peel and spots all over it. It was a piece of junk. I wouldn't even take it as a project car. The prices are too high. Fun to look at, but that's about it. Monty here, Georgia, do you know the banana chips in the yeah, banana chips are great in the dehydrator. A lot of people vote for him. Will lie to your face. They say they didn't because the yeah, I know. Oh yeah, I know those people. Yeah, oh, I didn't vote for him, and they got a sticker on the back of their car. I didn't vote for him. Or the ones that go, not my president. You know, I didn't vote for him. Dumbasses. I told you right up front. Don't. But then again, I'm just an old man with a camera. Right? Espresso yourself. I know that place. That's that's right across from my favorite bookstore. Paul Cullen. What was the talk about park fees? Kate's Cove. It's going to be any of the national park parking. Now I don't know if they. Well, I guess it would have to be. Cade Cove would be included, I think, because it's all part of the national park, and it's going to be $5 a day, $14 for the week, or $40 for the year. Still cheap at any cost. You know, $5 a day. I mean, you can't even go get a coffee at a certain coffee place for $5. You know, because it's $8 to get a coffee, a latte, foo drink. You know, oh Muffy, I need another frappe latte. You know, dumbass. DJI, where you been? What has happened to you, Nathan? I've been looking for you. I'm sorry you didn't get a. Turn it off. Got no notification. What's up? Nothing much, Nathan. Same old, same old. Gary to Gary. Rod run look. Yeah, it was a truck fest. There, I got my two moderators in the room. Haven't seen any trolls. Just going through, make sure I'm not missing anything. Josh and Stacy. I'm torn on the parking permits. I could argue both sides. Yeah, I could too. I lean towards not having. I don't like having money taken out of my pocket, but the park needs work. And if you haven't been up to Laurel Falls lately, that path really needs to be redone. They don't have the money for it. And the guy, I saw him on the news the other day, said, we don't have the money to even repair that. And it's getting to the point where they might have to close it down. And speaking of that, I believe they closed down two paths for this week, maybe next week. I think it's for the next 2 weeks. And they don't have the manpower and they don't have the money. And when you got this many people coming into the national park, then last year and the year before and the year before that, it's going to wear and tear. Parking lots are going to take a hit. Paths are going to be taking a hit. Everything, all the visitor centers. The visitor centers have not been upgraded, I think they said 20 years or more. So they need upgrading. These things need upgrading. And without money, nothing gets upgraded. Everything has a cost. DJ, I'm sitting on the beach right now. Aren't you lucky? Having had perfect weather the past week. Also, minimal traffic. Can't say that here, Nathan. I can't say that. Monty here, Georgia. No, me either. Gonna try that with the bananas to make. Oh, banana chips are good in the dehydrator. Anything, cherries, just about anything. Any meat you can dehydrate. Any vegetable, any fruit, and they're tasty if you do them right. And you can season them too. You know, you make your own jerky. But in the end, Larry, you'll agree. All right, let me put it this way. If they don't do something now, like a modest parking fee, they're going to be forced to charge to get into the park, like they do at Yellowstone and other parks. And it won't be cheap. And that'll drive people away. If you have to pay $25, $35 a day just to go through the gate, like everywhere that, I mean, at Withlacoochee State Park in Florida, It was, when I left, it was $15 to get through the gate. The guy was right there. You can't drive in and make believe you're putting money in the box like so many people do. Like, oh yeah, look at it, I'm crunching up a what do you call it, a Milky Way wrapper. I'm putting in the box. I'm putting money. No, you can't get in the gate without paying the fee. And at Whitfield Coochie, they did it by the head. They charge by the head, and this is now 8 years now, almost 9 years. They charge by the head. They count out the head, and you had to pay. And that was, you want to go in? That's the deal. That's it. So I'll opt for the $5 parking pass and hope a few years go by before they have to charge for the national park. Does that make more sense, guys? I thought so. Carlovision, just, you have the favorite color. My favorite, I have no favorite color. No color is my color. That's what Miss Marie said. D&T, the hip hop culture. I think the whole Generation Z, I think they've destroyed, because they're allegedly woke, but they're really not woke. It's a false sense of I'm aware, because they're told what to think. They don't really think, because their heads are so busy being buried in their phones and their tablets. They don't really look up and see what's going on. They never have, and they never will. So to me, that's the scary part, because it's a false belief system. Let me change the view for you guys. I don't think the signal will change, but I'm not going far. I just want to change the view. Okay? Just kind of make it a little more funnerage. There, look. Look how nice that looks. See? Look. There you go. Isn't that nice? There, turn that a little bit. Sorry about that. There. I hit the button. That was me. But that's looking at Gatlinburg coming in, and you can see there's some traffic. It's not bad. It's not bad. Larry says, my problem with that is the tax money going. Oh, absolutely. It's 100% earmarked for repairs and upkeep of the park, of the national park. It's not going in. It's not going in anybody's pocket, and they made that very clear, that it is for refurbing the entire park, the walkways, the roadways, anything that needs refurb. And I'm okay with that, because sooner or later things need to be repaired. That's what your taxes do. And we're lucky enough that they don't charge for the park. They could very easily they could change this whole vote. This thing isn't, let me get the truck going on. Yeah. They could very easily nix that and say, no, we're going to charge. We're going to charge $25 to get through the park. No way would you be able to go over the mountains and stuff without paying. Then what are you going to do? You got to take the main roads with the rest of the folk and be trapped in the traffic. But we don't want that. We really don't want that. And William says, isn't the parking fee basically a charge to get into the park? Who's going to drive through without parking somewhere? I agree. I thought about that as well, because there's a lot of pull-offs. I'm assuming that, and this is just, I'm guessing at this, that at every entrance or ramp on, you're going to have to pay a fee. There'll be probably, I don't know if it'd be manned, because that's too expensive, an electronic wand that goes up and down, and you got to pay. You got to slide your card, or you got to put money in, and then the thing will open up, and then you get to go on the road. I mean, I don't know if they figured this whole thing out yet, but it won't be for a year. Kitty boo. Since they're not getting any financial support from parking from the park, I hope there's exemptions for retired Tennessee residents. Just thought those on fixed income. I'm sure they will have a resident fee like they do in most places here, that you can, if you can prove that you're a resident of Tennessee, you get some sort of discount, or a senior citizen or whatever. But $5 is $5. I don't think, if you're gonna go broke on $5, you got to figure out a way to make more money in your life. You got, because because $5 is $5. And I can tell you, gas is, it's almost at $5. Everything. Meat is already 10, 15, $20 for, if you want a steak, you better be ready to pay for it. So $5 isn't going to get you anything. It's nothing. Yeah, you go to the park for exercise and stuff, and I understand that. And a lot of people will will say that, and they will have open forums on this, and you'll be able to just go to the website, and you can just check it out and see where they're going to have open forums, and go there and voice your opinion if you're really interested. I don't personally have any problem paying the $40 for the year because I use it for my advantage. I use it for my pleasure. I use it for my getaway. I mean, I go up to the foothills all the time. And if I have to pay, all right, fine. I still have that sanctuary, that peace of mind, knowing that I can go up there, and I rarely run into a car ever on the Foothills Parkway, just down the street from the house. I just go down, make a left, and I'm driving. I don't run into hardly anybody, maybe 2 or 3 cars the whole time I'm there. And yeah, I pull in there and I park, and sometimes I just take out my chair and sit. Okay. It's funny. People will complain about that $5, but they'll go up to some of these attractions and they'll drop down $160, $70, $80 to go to a show and eat really bad dry chicken. They'll drop down $80 and they won't say a word. Where's your sense there? You'll go to these shows, you'll pay all that, and you go, wait a minute, I just paid $80 to watch some guys swinging on a rope and acting gay, and I just want to go to the park. Priorities, folks. Derek K. The other national parks charge a fee to enter. The Smokies don't. Yep, they receive the same funding as the other parks to charge, and it makes sense. It's underfunded. Totally underfunded. T&Me TV. I didn't know you guys even came in here. I must have been gabbing. I'm sorry. T&Me TV. I think they're going on tonight. I do not know. We'll find out. Brad Lucas. Won't be popular opinion, but I wouldn't be opposed to a fee for the Foothills Parkway. It went towards the park repair. That's right. It took 47 years to build the Foothills because they couldn't get money appropriated because it kept getting cut to go do other stuff. Finally gets finished, and then people go, well, I'm not going to drive on it for $5. I'm not going to drive on it. Well, and you get to miss some of the most beautiful sights you've ever seen for $5. But you'll take Muffy and Buffy to go get a frappe latte, right? And no, you'll pay, I'm sorry, $8 to get a frappe latte. And then they'll throw it out their window on the foothills, like they always do. I see it all the time. Rick saying, hey, Jeff, were you able to find? No, I was not. William Smith, I'd rather they just... I know you spelled it wrong. Entry fee. I go 3-4 times, and then there I just pay. And yeah, I pay the $40, and I can go as much as I want. I'm always up there videotaping. I'm always up there walking around. I think it's worth it because it's kept very clean. The roads are smooth. They're the smoothest roads anywhere. Tennessee takes really good care of their roads, and they do that through funding. They do that through tax dollars and I guess some of the tourist fee. Lee Harvey says, I get that, Derek, and I get the $5 is modest. I love the mountains and would gladly pay again. I'm just torn. I understand that. I don't want any more money leaving my pocket either. But if I know the money is going to a good cause and it's going to keep this national park beautiful, I got no problems with that. If it's going into some politician's pocket, I got a real problem then. Because if some politician is scraping the top and skimming and building himself a big, beautiful cabin. And speaking of that, I noticed the other day I was driving down Veterans Boulevard, and I'm just rounding the bend, going around to see where Dreammore is. And right before that, I hadn't been there, in a week, 2 weeks down that way. There's probably 30 or 40 cabins being built right on the mountaintop up there. And that, to me, is a mistake. Pretty soon, you won't be you see the skyline. Let me see if I can twist this around. I can't, not really. If you look over there, okay, that skyline right there, that could potentially be nothing but cabins. You'll be looking not at the mountains, you'll be looking at the cabins, looking at you, looking at the mountains. There needs to be some sort of moratorium on building cabins too close to each other and not allowing them to take up the skyline. The skyline is for the beauty of Tennessee, and what will happen are people will say, well, I came up here to see these beautiful mountains, but I'm looking at nothing but cabin communities. And that's when the bubble is going to burst on housing. Then what's going to happen is these cabins are going to be abandoned and or not worth what they are now. They'll go down just like in the 80s. The cabins will go down to almost nothing, and they'll still be there lighting the skyline. And then people will go, well, now what do we do? Well, you can't do anything. You built them already. You're screwed up and destroyed the skyline for your pocketbook, Mr. and Mrs. Builder. And that's bad. That is really bad. They should not. They should, like they did in Florida when they were, especially in Spring Hill, they were putting houses next to houses next to houses, and they finally said enough's enough. And where I lived, out in the Blanton area, what happened is houses were starting to build, and we all got together and we said, no, we're not going to turn into a Spring Hill. So what happened is you had to have 20 acres or more. 20 acres or more to build a house on, and it was R1. One residential per 20 acres. And that was it. And that weeded out. The builders left. They like roaches in the night, they left. They went to somewhere else to destroy. You got to do that, because the builders, you got to remember, they're the work, they're almost like vacuum cleaner salesmen. They're only out for money. They don't care about your skyline. They're going to tell you, yeah, your cabin's going to be at the highest point. It's going to be the prettiest. And here it is. Now, you're going to get a little 80 by 100. Give me $250,000. We'll put this cardboard house together, and we're going to go build one right next to you. Right next to you. So you think, oh, look at this wonderful cabin me and Muffy Buffy have, and you stick out your arm and you shake the hand of your neighbor, and what are you doing? Hey neighbor, how you? And your neighbor goes to that neighbor, and pretty soon it's a lot like what was that, Smoky Ridge. Right? Look up there next time. Go up 321, go and look on the left when you first start getting into Wears Valley. It's nothing but cabins. There's no more mountain. It's gone. The mountain's gone. It's cabins. And people think that they're getting the experience. They're getting the mountain experience, but not at all. They're not really cabins. They're facade. It's a conventional home with log facade on it. That's all it is. And people are paying $200, $300, $400 a night to do these things. And eventually the bubble will burst. I'm telling you. Listen to me today, hear me tomorrow. The bubble will burst. Oh God. Derek says they can't have an entry fee in agreement with those who had the moot park created. Yeah, I know. That's why they're trying to figure out something. Got to have something. The park needs to be repaired. It's already starting to show wear. Jennifer Beatty says, I'd rather, let me focus on that. I'd rather to enter fee see the national park before going to pay Dollywood. I'm not a theme park person. No, and yet, Jennifer, people have no problem. They'll bitch about $5, but they'll pay whatever. What is it now? $80 to get in Dollywood? I think it's $80 to get in, and $25 to park. $100 to spend a couple hours. But they'll go up the street and go, I'll be damned if I pay $5 to park. This is highway robbery. Yeah, you pay $30 for a hot dog. Oh, this is great. You want another hot dog there, chunky boy? The people's priorities are so ass backwards. I got no problem paying these outrageous fees, but when it comes to making a God-given piece of property beautiful, oh, we're up in arms. Let's have a rally. Let's burn a few buildings down. Let's have a protest. God, everybody get purple hair. Okay, here we go. Kitty says, I hear your point, Ray. The only thing I'm thinking about, retired mother's perspective. I understand. I'm an assisted Assist financially a couple of her monthly bills. I've been there, done that. I do understand that, and there should be some um, allocations for people that have disabilities and/or age, and I'm sure they will. They think these things out pretty well. I mean, just when you see a park, I mean, like I said, if you haven't been up to Laurel Falls, take a walk up there. You stumble more than you walk because the path is beat. It's almost not walkable. And people, oh, this needs to be repaired. But nobody wants to do anything. There's tip boxes all through there. You can easily throw a couple of 20s in there if you want. Oh, God forbid. No, no, no. We got to go and go to the pizza place over here and suck down 3 big giant pizzas first. No, no, no. You know what I mean? No, we got to go get some T-shirts and spend $50 on T-shirts, but I can't take $5 out of my pocket to help a park. Hello? Let's give the park. Oh, I wouldn't know. How much does the park government give the park? You can find all that online under the government. You can get that right down to the penny. They don't get a lot of money to take care of 850 square miles of park. Not at all. That's why the other parks had to charge because they couldn't man them. Nobody wanted to work there. I vaguely remember this guy George that I knew really well at the Withlacoochee State Park. I think he told me he made $15,000 a year, and and he had a family of 4. 15 grand a year, and he had the whole park to take care of. That's not a lot of money. I mean, it is for the cupcakes. You know, as long as they're getting that government check, as long as they can buy weed, that's fine. Blind travel, I'd gladly pay the $5. You know, any great falls and trails to go. Oh, there's so many beautiful ones, and it's $5 for the day, 14 for the week, or $40 for the year. So if you're going to be up here for a week, it's $14. You can't even buy a pizza for $14. Right? Right? Kitty says your roads are immaculate. Nothing like we have. Oh no, I know a lot of places have some really bad road. Michigan, yeah. New York, probably proof is supposed to do with the funds. You put them into the roads, and I can say for years now, being we've been here 7 years, Tennessee has taken care of these roads really well. They're out paving constantly. They're out here, so I know the money is going where it is. It was, I don't know, it's a couple $1 million a mile, maybe up more now, but it's not cheap to pave a road. But everybody wants smooth roads that they don't want to pay for, right? Their case is they'd be the same amount as all the other national parks that take in tens of millions in entry fees. The Smokies don't get. Yeah, we don't get any money from their park. And okay, it's hard to say you need a piece of this pie and your pie is going to have to be bigger because your place is bigger. Um, Smoky Mountain National Park, 850 square miles. It's one of the biggest, if not the biggest park. And it requires a lot of maintenance and a lot of manpower. And when you don't have that, the park starts to crumble. And that's just the way it is. Yeah, Michigan roads. Last time I rode on them, I bounced more than I. Same thing with New York roads too. Roads, a lot of them are starting to look really, really bad. When we left there, the roads that used to be smooth were not very smooth anymore, and they're in a perpetual repair mode. But the problem there is a lot of graft. There's a lot of money skimming in Florida, and the contractors have these perpetual permits. They go a mile and it takes them 2, 3, 4 years to go. I watched this going to Orlando, and we always laughed about it. Oh, they're still working on the road, and I was there for 37 years, and they never finished the road to Orlando. It moved, a half a mile, and then another half a mile, and months would go by before you saw any progress. And I go, man, there's a lot of money changing hands here to make that half a mile. It's all the scammers. Yep, banks and globalists. Yep. Did the Yank went from 3 homes an acre, city limits to 5. Those land developers got themselves elected. Yep, city council voted to change the zoning laws. Yep, they do that all the time. Out where I was in Florida, I was with a lot of the good old boys out there, and they weren't going to give up any of their land to the developers. They just didn't. They were leaving it for their family because they saw what was going on. It was turning into a cesspit. You know, it draws in the worst of the worst. Just go to Tampa. What an armpit that's turned into. Mike Black, thanks for the coverage and the comments from Bam, Alabama. No problem. That's what I do. Angel Ringstrom. Pretty soon it'll be like 640 in Knoxville. Ooh, yeah. A lot of potholes. What a bumpy road that is. It'll be a Marshmallow World. That's right. Marshmallow World and bumblebees, butterflies, and unicorns everywhere for everybody. And once they legalize pot, I don't know. Uh, Once they do that, I may be forced to sell the cabin and move somewhere else. Because it's going to turn into the beginning of California, San Fran and stuff. It's just going to turn into a real drug world here. You're going to see more homeless. You're going to see just derelicts, a lot of drugs, prostitution, the whole thing. And then they'll top it off with the casino. And at that point, I'm just gone. Color me gone. May hit the road again. Sell everything and just Miss Marie and I just hit the road. Oh yes, Northeast. Oh yeah, they're still doing that work in Orlando. It's never finished. And when they get towards the end, you know what they do? They cross the street and they head back the other way. I watched it the whole time I was there. It never ended. And I'm going, oh great, they're doing the other side of the road now. Oh God, and they expect delays. The signs expect delays for the next 5 years. Oh my God, and it drove people crazy because a lot of people would take that road to Orlando straight across the state, and it never ended. And man, you see the guys driving up in their brand new cars, their brand new Escalades, and everybody's fat and happy except the workers. Valley Girl, I love the park and go often. I will pay $40. If I go every day, it's a little over 10 cents a day. How can you go wrong? 10 cents a day. What can you buy? You can't even buy a piece of candy for 10 cents anymore. It's $5. But people are going to jump up and down and complain over $5. But they'll go to some of these breakfast places and drop $100 for breakfast, for eggs and pancakes. It's like, yeah, you thought that one through, cupcake. Blind Traveler. It's in the House to legalize marijuana in all 50 states. Yep. Once they start there, it's going to be, well, you might as well do heroin. Might as well make that legal. And you just go down the road and you'll see the decline of a dynasty right before your eyes. Ningles World, how are you? Good to see you. Hello, Jeff. Chiming in on the discussion of the park. Rocky Mountain National Park is only 420 square miles, and they charge $25 per car, $25 per motorcycle, $15 for hiking, a cycle day. And it's still packed, isn't it? Ingalls? Don't people still go there? Don't you still go to those parks? Don't people take vacations to there? And they just put it into their budget. You just put it in your budget. And those parks are well manned. They're taken care of. And you got to do what you got to do in this world. If not, those roads are going to be nasty. If you don't believe me, hop over the mountain. Go to Newfound Gap. When you get to the top, before you get to the top, that's Tennessee. Those roads are beautiful, beautifully smooth. They just paved them. They're beautiful. As soon as you go over the top to North Carolina, it's bumpy all the way down. They don't take care of the roads there because they don't have the budget. It's not they don't want to, they don't have the budget. And that's what'll happen. Pay now or pay later. I-4. That's the road. I just added 2 lanes. How many years did they finish? And nobody ever questions it, right, BB? Nobody ever questions. For years, 37 years, I watched that road be worked on. I'm going, man, the guy who got that contract is fat and rich. He doesn't have to work. His family will never have to work. Just was on and on and on, and delay after delay. William Smith, we want to come to your house for eggs. Eggs and pancakes. Okay. And I won't charge you 100, just $99. Okay. Oh, and coffee. Gotta have the coffee. I stocked up on my coffee. Yeah, yeah. Down in the dungeon, I got my pantry. I'm filling my pantry up daily. I'm buying stuff constantly. I've got 3 5-pound sacks of coffee sealed. That's right. I'm good. As long as I got coffee, I'm good. And my VR. As long as I, not the wedding pictures. Miss Marie actually laughed. I thought she was going to break a picture over my head when they evacuated us from the house. I was telling the cop, I go, I got to take something. He goes, you got 5 minutes. Let's go. Okay, okay. Wedding pictures, VR. VR, wedding pictures. He looked at me and he started to laugh. Oh, God. And then Miss Marie, I took one of our, and it wasn't even a wedding picture, it was one of our nice pictures she really likes. And she goes, you didn't take all the wedding pictures? You know how many wedding pictures are on the wall all over? Some of them are big. You know, she wanted me to load the car with wedding pictures. Nothing else, no clothes, no nothing. Just the wedding picture. North Carolina roads suck, Ninglesworth. Yeah, they do. We were over there not too long, a couple of weeks ago. Especially going through Cherokee. My God, it's like going through the Baja. Car was bouncing all over the place. And I'm going, hey, wait a minute. Isn't there a casino right there? I'm looking right at it. They got millions of dollars going in and out of that place every day. And you think they'd throw a little pavement on the road here? No, of course not. Because the money goes into the few, the pockets of the few. They don't care about the people. John Esper, how are you, John? Good afternoon from Columbus, Ohio. BB, they said they were widening it. Never mentioned tolls. Yeah, oh boy. Oh boy, you got to pay toll. T&Me TV. They should do like Telluride. Charge double to enter and give away free weed. That'd be fun. Angel rings, I agree. Can't stand the smell of junk. No, either can I. Gary the cable guy. I think they need to forget the pay and park and raise the property tax on Warriors Valley homeowners to pay park. Oh, no, no, not me. Only you. Not me. I'm just scared that Warriors Valley is going to turn into like the cabin capital of Tennessee, and all the beautiful views, those $1 million views, are not going to be. They're already building on the views that I showed you, like going to what is that, Black Cove, Cove Mountain. Now, when you look over at those cabins, they're just going across the ridge. They're just building them on the ridge, and I don't want to look at other cabins. That's why I bought where I bought. I don't look at another cabin. And if I could, I would have bought. I would have bought the whole subdivision. But that wasn't going to happen. Nichols World. I live just over the mountain, Jeff. You're 100%. Thank you, Nichols. I mean, we were just there. And no sooner do you hop over the mountain, you're on this nice road, and then you go, what happened? What happened? I had to slow down because the car was rattling. I go, this sucks. Randall Hill, sup? Cindy Lou have most of the rod runs. Yeah, they're gone. They're gone. You might see one or two, like leaving. I've seen a couple so far, but they're all gone. Everybody's gone. Randall says, anyone done a video that shows aerial views of Weyers Valley fire damage? Yeah, there are quite a few out there. Quite a few. It's over 300 structures have burnt, and oh, I forget how many. I'm guessing, somebody correct me, DJI probably, I think it was 14,000 or 1,400, 14,000 acres. I don't know. DJI, would you check that? Oh, I smell hamburgers in the air. I think. That's nice. Made a vegetable soup yesterday for Miss Marie. Soup is good when you're sick. I'm still got the sniffles. Vegetable soup. I made a nice pot. And I'll heat it up tonight. And elbow macaroni, and vegetable soup. It's very tasty, very good for you, very healthy. Northeast Georgia Mountain folks says, I think they should charge everyone that stays in a hotel cabin pay a national park fee of $50 for their stay in the conservation. $50 may be high, but I'm kind of behind you on something like that. In Florida, they call that a tourist fee. Everything that you buy in Florida, wherever you go, there's a tourist tax, and it's very modest. But all that money goes for repairing the roads. But obviously, it's going into some cigar smoking rich builder's pocket because it's not going to I-4. It definitely is not. But I understand what you're saying. A tourist fee, especially at hotels. Not necessarily the stores and stuff, but the hotels where people are coming in to stay. They're from out of town. So you put a small fee on there that money is earmarked for roads, lights, and maybe Wi-Fi. Wouldn't that be nice? Now you see there's poles right there, right? You see the poles? Why aren't they putting repeaters up there? Did it in Florida. Repeaters on the pole. Doesn't have to be on every pole. You can cover this whole strip. It's a short strip with repeaters, amplifiers, with Wi-Fi, wireless. Wouldn't have to be hooked up to anything. It would just be beaming out. But no, I don't know where the money goes. No, I'm not getting involved with county commission and city commission ever again. That was a strain on me, and it caused me a lot of grief, because you know how I am. When I was in Florida, boy, that caused me grief, death threats, and everything. I'm a little too old for that. But yeah, if you can get on the board, you can make some noise. But usually, it's always a 9 against 1. You know, always. Because when you check out the names, you just find the people that have the money. It's the people that want to make more money. They don't have enough. They want more. Reynolds said, just got home from the doctor's. Got to go to Chinese buffet after. There you go. Now you're talking. Minestrone. There you go. You can call it minestrone soup. That's what Miss Marie called it. Basically, that's what minestrone is. I put in a can of tomato sauce and half a bottle of traditional Italian sauce, and all the vegetables you need, and the garlic and stuff like that. No meat, just vegetables, and let it cook. It cooked all day in a slow cooker, and it's really tasty. And it's good. It's good for you. It's healthy. It's all vegetables and sauce. There's nothing else in there. No fat. No, no Philly steak and cheese 6-footers, right? Yeah, range extenders, repeaters, same thing. Yeah, they can put them right into the power of the light. It's right up there at the top. There's a little door on the top. You unscrew and the wiring's right there. I've seen them. They can put them right on the top and cover this whole strip. I don't know how much it would cost. I'm sure you can get a deal on buying, 50 or 100 of these repeaters or extenders, and everybody would have Wi-Fi. Everybody would be fine. Cindy Bryson, I don't mind paying for fees, but didn't Roosevelt say the park will house and feed? Yeah, always free, but, that was back a long time ago. That's when, bread was 25 cents, gas was probably 10 cents a gallon. Things have changed, and eventually everything changes, and they have to be repaired. These places have to be repaired, and the money we can't keep printing money the way we're doing it. It's already caving in on us. It's coming back to bite us in the ass. You can't just magically print money. There has to be some sort of value to it. That's why they took us off the gold standard, because the gold is not there to back the money. It's a promissory note. It is not backed by gold or silver anymore, which means it's fiat currency. It's not real. It's just a promissory note. I guarantee this until we decide to stop it. Little pasta fagioli. Yeah, pasta fagioli. We call it pasta fagioli. BB Yankton, right? We used to have that all the time. Mom would always make that. Always make that. It was a cheap meal to make, but a filling meal, because we'd always have, if we didn't use elbows, we used rigatoni. Remember those little rigatonis? And we didn't mind. We didn't grow up rich. Work-a-day family. And you had, chicken, and Sunday was spaghetti day. You saw that. I don't have to say it, but you saw it. Dave B. See, get Tommy White, Grand Ole Opry, and the boys have a concert, give the money to the park. There you go, Tommy. You got to work for free. That's all there is to it. On the top of the mountain, right there, a Newfound Gap concert with Tommy White and the gang. Randall, we don't like it. It's not enough. Trying to get Jeff's taxes up to help out. I pay my share. If I had to pay, well, I'm sure it's going to go up anyway. I'm sure my next tax bill will be much higher. And I don't complain, because I like where I'm living. It's where I always want to live. I can't have neighbors. Don't have to worry about that, because I own the property. I never have to worry about a neighbor moving next to me. And that was one of the prerequisites of buying that property. I don't want to look at neighbors. I didn't in Florida. 20 acres. I was in the middle of it. Didn't have any neighbors. Randall Hill. They're saying that last year park visitation rose over 14.1 million, but the budget for the park hasn't increased. No, it has increased in 2 decades. Check it. I'm factually right. Not like some tubers. Nobody here. That's for sure. Lobster. What an idiot. Oh, God. Randall says, I feel it's a small price to pay to enjoy the beauty of the Smoky Mountains to help out maintaining. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, how you drive up these roads, it's just gorgeous. It's God's country. And if it was up to the builders, they'd have flume rides and go-kart tracks all over the place, right? It turned into Disney. Northeast Georgia says they could easily do it for around $1,500 plus labor, 100 poles. There you go. See, I didn't know how much, but I know it's not expensive because that stuff is really cheap. As long as they ground it properly, they wouldn't have to worry about any surging or lightning. And so $1,500. So let's just call it let's just say all in all 2,000, 2,500 bucks to bring 21st century Wi-Fi into this town. That's not a lot of money. I'll go to the bank, pull that out now, and give it to them just to make the Wi-Fi better for me. I don't know. They don't use their heads here, but they didn't in Florida either. In Inglesworth, I'd have to add meat and tomatoes to my elbow max. Have a goulash. You could, and that would be a goulash. Thought about doing that. I thought about putting chicken in it. But Miss Marie didn't want chicken, so I said, all right, let's just do the vegetable soup. Let's just do the minestrone. And you can always add any meat you wanted. And she'd probably want to put in a hermit crab or, maybe a fish eye or something like that. But I said, no, 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 no. She's got a hankering for fish eyes again. Oh, God, I don't want fish eyes. I really don't want to eat fish eyes. I really don't. Randall Hill. I'm going down here in Birmingham, but I see a lot of stations that are doing it slower than others. Yeah, of course they are. Gas 361 here in Ohio. It is I want to say 389. 389 right now. It dropped a little over a dime since the weekend. TME TV. I'll do it as long as no banjo music involved. Gee, I was going to play the banjo too. Dueling banjos, as a matter of fact. Oh no. Bring the Vaseline. Yeah, Joshy was just on a little while ago. He just told me, don't look at me, don't contact me. I want nothing to do with you. Dave B. They have to say how much it costs on the fires were. It was in the millions. I read a story late last night, but I was so sleepy I don't remember it. It was a lot of money, a lot of damage. Not as bad as the Gatlinburg fires. No, it didn't come close to that. It paled to the Gatlinburg fires. That's why you got to, if you're going to move up here, you've always got to be prepared for that. And I was prepared, and I've been telling you that. Always have a bug out bag. We had our bug out bag. That's why I couldn't decide whether to take the VR or the wedding pictures. I already had everything in the car. I'm all set to go. The other thing I was deciding, let me see, VR, wedding pictures. Thank God I didn't bring the VR. She would have had a fit. But I would have enjoyed that at the hotel. I would have, instead of watching the stupid TV, which I don't like, I could have been killing zombies all night long. Next time, the VR is going in the car. And Randall says, oh yeah, on a lighter note, my Bonnie has 3 kittens Saturday night. Oh, congratulations, Dad. Little kittens. Miss Marie wants a cat. Or a dog. I don't know. I told her, get a fish. You don't have to walk a fish. Nichols Road, still $3.90, $4 North Carolina. Of course, we have one of the highest gas tax in the country, but yet the worst roads. Yeah, imagine that, where that tax is clearly earmarked for road repair. Clearly, same thing here. Clearly, but they always have that little loophole that says, but we can move the money to areas that might need it more. What can I say? But here, at least, they take care of the roads. Right now, they're really good about making the roads nice and smooth here. Remember, they just did Teaster, and they did Veterans. 6 months ago, brand new roads all the way around here. BB says we would have a ham for dinner 2 nights, then ham sandwich. That's right, ham soup, right? Pasta fagioli another night. Yeah, it's exactly what I did. My mom did the same thing. We'd get the big ham with the bone in it, and we would. She'd make. She'd also make a ham and bean soup, which I love ham and bean soup, and lentils too. Not many people like lentils, but my grandfather and I loved lentil soup. It's not good for you. Lentils are high in cholesterol, so I can't really have lentils. But I used to love them as a kid. I loved lentils. Lentils with ham and pork. I remember Grandma would get the salted pork and cut it up into little tiny cubes, little tiny cubes, and fry it up and then throw it in with the lentils. Man, is that delicious. Not good for your heart, but good, but delicious. Well, I haven't heard anything on the states of Joshua. And still praying for him. I asked, he was on before, and I'm assuming he's still alive, or his spirit has joined us from the great beyond here on Vacation Station TV, your virtual getaway. Joshi from beyond the grave. Don't look at me. Oh, he's still in the chat. Is this your spirit, or is it you, the real you? Oh, Joshua, we got to go to Secor and have lobster. All right, let's go on over there and have lobster and crab rangoon, and then rate the restaurant on how bad the food is. When you don't even eat it, you don't even try any of it. Oh, Josh, you really should see that. Tommy too, you should see that. I'm telling you, I was a restaurant owner. I saw those two come in. I would ask them to leave. Or you're not videotaping. I'm not giving you permission to videotape here. Because it really hurts the rest of us that may be doing a good job on reviewing restaurants here. And Shake and Bake, they don't do a very good job. Josh said I'm doing much better today. And thanks for answering my text to you. You know, worried about you, pacing, pacing, worrying around the cabin. Oh, I wonder how Joshy is. Oh, let me cut the head off this zombie. How I wonder how Joshy's doing. Oh God, just stuck the knife in that guy's eye. Oh, I wonder how Joshy's doing. Brad, any fellow Central and Northern Ohio travelers ever used the US 62 route to avoid Cincinnati? Think of switching up this trip. John Esper might be able to help you with that. William Smith grew up on fresh produce and fresh raised animals. It's coming back to that. Yeah, I think that I wish I had, where my property is, I wish I had a flat spot that I could put a garden in, but there's no place to put a garden. And actually been tossing around, and Tommy knows what I'm talking about, where the barbecue area is. I'm thinking about sealing that up and turning it into a greenhouse. And so we can raise our own vegetables, because I'm not really using it. I don't barbecue a lot. And it's a big enough area that I can put a nice little garden in there, a nice little greenhouse. And I got to be able to keep the raccoons out. That's the problem. I can't grow anything in pots anywhere around the house. We've tried it, and it is an exercise in disaster, because they dig it up and they eat anything. It didn't matter what I planted; it was gone the next night. So it's got to be sealed up with a lock on the door and maybe an electric fence. John Esper. There you go. He lives in the Columbus area. There it is. No Rosie, but raccoons, yes. And birds. All the birdies came back. I even saw a chipmunk, yesterday morning, which I was really worried about them, because I love little chipmunks. They're so cute. And I had a bunch of them, and I saw one. And he was scurrying about on the ground. And I was very happy to see that, because I figured the fire may have hurt him. Yeah, I remember the corn. I used to live, when we lived on Long Island, we lived next to a farm, a very old farm. And I used to always go out there and liberate some corn from the field, and tomatoes. Okay, it's a make plant. All right, and some squash. I'm fessing up. Brad says, always adds extra tour to our trip. Maybe it just hit at the wrong times. Yeah, there used to be a lot of farms. I remember coming through here a long time ago, and it was really beautiful. I remember I always go to Kentucky too. Those are the two states that I love, is Kentucky and Tennessee. Opted to live in Tennessee because the work is better here. The standard of living is a little bit better here. Not that it's bad in Kentucky, just the business hasn't arrived there yet. Eventually, it will. Eventually, it'll all connect together. Because I used to go to Land Between the Lakes, and that's Kentucky, Tennessee, and Arkansas. That whole area where the dams are and stuff. I always be digging for Indian artifacts. Now you can't do that either. Nichols World. Hey, that reminds me of Jeff Joshi. You guys aware of the YouTube channel Smoky? Oh yes, absolutely. Oh yeah, watch it all the time, Ningle. Smoky Mountain Follies and Florida Edits. Two really good channels. There, you know what I like about it is that they expose certain people for the pieces of crap they really are. You know, I hate to see good YouTubers being judged by a couple of really bad YouTubers. You know what I mean? It's like, because we're not all like that. A lot of us put a lot of time and effort into what we do, and we present a good product, and we want people to be aware of what's going on here. And unfortunately, that doesn't always happen. You know what I mean? DJI, is it supposed to rain? I think there's rain in the forecast, isn't it? Joshy, is it going to be rain? I make you hungry, Angel. Thank you. I hope you eat something good. I'm going to go have some soup in a couple of minutes. That's what I'm going to have. I don't want to tear up my stomach because I suffered last night. Last couple of days I've not been doing it. And last night was really a bad night for me. I broke the fever around 4:30, and then I started feeling better right after that. But I did have a fever because I woke up, had a really weird dream, but I'm not going to, really weird dream. When you have a fever, you always have weird dreams. Just, and it involved Joshy in a tutu. No, it didn't. Oh, I can't get that image out of my head. I really need to get that out of my head. Somebody give me bleach, quick. Joshy in a tutu. Oh, God. I can't. Well, I'm going to say goodbye, guys. I got to get home. I got to do some things. I want to rest for a little while, but I have a couple things I got to get done. I got to go to the bank. That ship sailed. I can't. It's after 5 already. I wasn't paying attention. All right, I can't go to the bank. All right, that ends that. All right, I will. Thank you for joining me today. I do appreciate that. Nigel said he stumbled on. Yeah, check out the Florida Edits. Florida Resident Edits. Ningles, check that one out. Florida Resident Edit. DJI, if you would post that up there real quick for Ningles World, I think you'd appreciate that. There's only one YouTube channel that always makes it on there. Yeah, I was lucky to make it on there too. Right? A couple of weeks ago, I made it on there. Jeff, see you in the next live. No problem, Carl. And I once again apologize for last night. I couldn't think straight. I would not have been at all in my form to talk with you guys, but I appreciate you being tolerant of me. See you next time, everybody. Absolutely. Thank you guys for being there. And remember, like, comment, and subscribe to everybody on this channel you see right now. Everybody, like, comment, subscribe, go to their channel, talk to them, comment with them, help them grow, help us grow. We help everybody grow. That's the name of the game. And I'll see you very, very soon. Bye, y'all.